Hi guys, my name is Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. I always feel like I'm doing like a news broadcast when I film from this direction, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it today. Welcome back for another sales recap video. Today I'm gonna be talking about my February sales in my antique booth, Green Onion Vintage. And I've gotta say, this is probably my worst sales month ever. I've had this booth for about 3 years. I mean, I'm sure I've had low months, especially with COVID last year, but this one, I'm pretty sure this is the worst month I've ever had in this particular booth. Now, if you're not new to my channel, you know that I have a few different income streams for Green Onion Vintage, but if you are new, I'll just fill you in really quick. So I have income that comes from this antique booth, income that comes from a second booth location, and then I now have income coming from YouTube and some Etsy sales now that we're selling Dixie Belle paints also. So this isn't everything that I make in my side business. I could talk about those other streams more if you guys are interested, but for now, just to keep things simple, I focus on my main antique booth, which has typically been my main source of income until the month of February. So it's kind of funny that as soon as I started making these videos, my sales just like completely tanked. So I don't know what that means. Is that a sign? I don't know, you tell me. February is typically a pretty rough month for all retailers, and for us in particular, we had a bad snowstorm, which most of you guys did too, and that shut down our store for a couple days, but really that was almost a whole week of no sales and just very few shoppers. February, people don't have a lot of like expendable income. We just had Christmas, people are kind of bouncing back from that, and then people tend to kind of wait to spend their money closer to tax season, it feels like. So February is just kind of a dud month. It's a short month. We don't have as many days open. So there's a lot of reasons that this was a low month, but in addition to being a low sales month for me, the things that I did sell were almost all like the newer items that I put in my booth that are very low profit margin. So not only were my sales low, but my profits were like minuscule. And I haven't actually looked to see if this month was a total loss, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not gonna show you pictures of everything I sold this month like I did last month because I didn't sell anything big. Every single thing I sold was small. And like I said, most of it was like newer items that I've sourced from shopping around, shopping clearance. That's something that I've had to do more this year because of COVID. There hasn't been the yard sales or the estate sales that I'm used to having where I can get antiques. So I've really had to resort to doing more newer items in my booth. But now that I'm thrifting more and upcycling more, I'm hoping that's gonna change, and then I'll have a better profit margin because I'm able to buy stuff right now that Goodwills are open again for pretty cheap, and then upcycle them and hopefully make a profit. So I'm trying not to be too bummed about February. I know it's just 1 month, and I know it's pretty normal for retailers, especially antique booth dealers, to have a bad month in February, but let me just show you the numbers real quick. I'm just gonna go through actually every item, kind of explain what it was, what I sold it for, and what I bought it for. And you'll see that it's really sad. So I had just a bunch of smalls. I'm gonna go through these really quick because there's nothing very exciting. But this kind of does give you an idea of what sells in a booth. If you're new to an antique booth, you might like to hear this. So I had a pot about this big, like a bean pot. It was teal. Enamel pot, I bought it for $8 and I only got $11 for it. My store has a 15% commission, and then I also pay rent, which I also work once a month to help pay off that rent, so it doesn't take quite as much of a hit, but there is always that 15% commission. So that was a profit of about $2. I also sold an antique enamel mug. It was like a dark green color, which I really like. I paid, I think, $1 for it, and I got $6 for it, which maybe I'll just tell you the commission price, so the price after commission. So I got actually more like $5 for that. So that was about a $4 profit. I had a custom sign order, and thank goodness for that because that was a $35 order. Someone gave me a piece of barnwood and they wanted me to put a phrase on it, and they paid me $35. Have you seen like these white ceramic houses lately? They're kind of popular. They're just about this tall, maybe 3 or 4 inches, and they're ceramic and they're white. I've seen them at a lot of different kinds of stores. I paid $4 for mine and I got $8.50 after commission, so that was, you know, a few dollars there. I had this little small galvanized mailbox I paid $3 for, and I got $6 for. Oh, and this one hurts. I think I showed you guys in a booth tour. I bought this really cute little ceramic carrot truck for Easter, and I wish I had kept it so bad. So I think what happened, I paid $14 for it, which I mean isn't low for resale, but I think what happened is that it got sold during like an online sale event. So I only got $15.90 back for that after commission and after the sale price. So I literally made $2, not even $2 on it, and I loved it so much I should have just kept it. But I mean, I did get my money back for it, so it's not a complete loss, but that one hurt a little bit. If you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen me decorating like cutting boards with the twine and with the greenery. I think I sold 2 of those in this month. So there was one here, I paid about $10 for everything and I charged $18. And then I think I sold a second one later on. Yeah, and that one, same thing, $10, and then I got $18 for it. The cutting board trend right now is just like thriving. So if you haven't hopped on board, it's actually something that you can make yourself out of any old scrap wood. My parents are actually doing that because it's a little bit more manual labor. I am 35 weeks pregnant at the time of this video, so I'm not doing quite as much out in my garage as far as woodworking goes, but they are awesome. So maybe when I go over there today, I actually might record those for you. So make sure you subscribe so you can see that video, because the breadboards that they're making are really, really cool. Okay, oh, no, I missed this. Okay, ooh, good. I had a $68 sign that I sold, and I probably had about $30 materials in there. So I was able to double my money there. It was one of those navy welcome signs that I made. It had like a wreath on it, and if you go back a few DIY videos, you can see me making that, and that it says like welcome on the bottom. So I was able to get $68 for that, so that was pretty great. I think the one antique that I sold was just like this old ceramic bundt cake pan, about yay high. It was white and it had like painted flowers on it. I think it was given to me, and I got $15 for it, and I do think that was my only antique sale. I had a set of gingham napkins. I paid $7 and I charged $12. I had an oven mitt that I guess I said I paid $1. I have no idea where it came from, and I sold it for $4. Almost done. I had the jute runner that I bought for $13. I was able to sell it for $20, and then that cutting board again. I sold like a small wooden spoon for displaying for $4.50, and then I had a friend just give me a nightstand for free that they said I could paint and refinish or whatever, and so that sold. And I had that in a video also. It was like a dark green bottom on the nightstand or an end table, and then I painted the top gingham, and I sold that for $38. Like, I was just trying to get rid of it. It was so heavy, so we actually sat it out on the sidewalk the day we brought it in, and we were working. And it was kind of funny. My mom, like we closed at 4, and at 4 o'clock we had a rush of people come in, and my mom was like, hey, we have a super nice and cheap nightstand outside, and some guy bought it, and it was so funny. And I was so relieved because I did not want to carry that and try to find a spot for it in my booth. So that was a fun sale. Altogether, my sales after the commission was $241, and then I pay about $180 in rent. And working once a month gives me about $65 back. So my check was closer to $120, which, like I said earlier, I don't think I've seen a check that low in several years, but it's okay. I'm gonna go with the flow. And what's funny about this is that while this booth didn't do very well, our Greenville booth did pretty great. I had an antique booth tour go out that really like swept the area, and they had a huge upswing of shoppers. I know I mentioned this in another video too. And so our Greenville booth did amazing, and that's just been really fun to like hear that people are watching my videos, because I feel like such a small YouTuber still, but that's causing them to like go shopping at our booth, and it's just really fun. And you guys have been such a fun community to interact with and to meet, and everybody's been so kind and supportive. So everything about YouTube has been really, really amazing in February, and I've been enjoying it so much. It's just a bit of a bummer that this booth didn't also have such a good time, but that's okay. We will just keep working at it and hope for a better month this month. I have better feelings for March. If you have any questions about running an antique booth or what that kind of side business looks like, upcycling, that refinishing furniture, thrifting, those types of things, make sure you ask me down below in the comments. I try really hard to get back to everybody. Sometimes it can be kind of tough, but I do try, and I definitely read everything. If I don't get back to you right away, I'm still planning on it. It's just a matter of time. And if you're an antique booth dealer, I would love to hear how your February went. I know it wasn't a bad month for everybody, so I'm just trying not to take it personal at this point. But I would love to hear how your booth is going. Just make sure you say hello down in the comments. I love to hear how you guys are doing, where you guys are from. Just let me know all the things down below. And make sure you subscribe so that you can check out next month's sales recap video. And I'm sure it's just gonna be a better recap than this one. I appreciate you guys watching so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.